Young and the Restless. Why these actors really left YandR. Young and the Restless sees many of these actor exits are quite controversial. Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, debuted in 2008, originally known as Adam Wilson before the big Victor Newman, Eric Braeden paternity reveal. A couple of Adam actor exits were controversial, none more so than Michael Money. Before Money, Chris Engen played Adam from February 2008 to June 2009. Engen left abruptly after about a year, and the rumor mill exploded with speculation that the actor was uncomfortable with the storyline of Adam seducing another man. Engen vehemently denied that was why he left, but he did leave. Michael Money's controversial exit as Adam Newman. Feuds and firings. Michael Money entered the role in June 2009 and absolutely nailed it for 5 years. He was a fan favorite as Adam and scored an Emmy nomination in 2013, which turned out to be the same year he was fired. He did not choose to exit, he was exited. There were tabloid reports about alleged inappropriate backstage behavior towards a younger female co-star, a charge that Money has always passionately denied and the female co-star has never confirmed. The larger issue with his exit likely was his reported backstage feud with Eric Braeden, also known as the Great Victor Newman. After Money's firing, a few months later, Braeden confirmed that Michael Money had begun a campaign to try and get him kicked off Young and the Restless. However, Braeden denied he had Money fired. Typically, such decisions are down to showrunner and producer discretion, not the discretion of another actor. But when you've been on the show a long time, you probably have some pull, though Braeden denies it. Justin Hartley's departure. From YandR to primetime stardom. Justin Hartley was recast into the role of Adam Newman in November 2014 and was beloved. He left in 2016 to pursue other projects, landing a role on the hugely successful, award-winning primetime series This Is Us. He played Adam for 2 years before moving on to great things. Currently, he has another hit CBS show, Tracker. When these 2 exits occurred, the writers created an Adam death storyline and then revived him with a recast. The most recent recast, who continues in the role, is Mark Grossman. Phyllis Summers' recast drama, Gina Tognoni's firing and Michelle Stafford's return. Another controversial exit on Young and the Restless involved Gina Tognoni as Phyllis Summers, Gina Tognoni. Michelle Stafford originated the role of Phyllis in 1994, leaving after nearly 2 decades of scheming romance and Emmy-nominated performances. When she announced her departure in July 2013, fans were blindsided. Her final episode aired in early August 2013, where Phyllis fell down some stairs and into a coma after a confrontation with Sharon Newman, Sharon Case. At the time, Michelle stated the exit was her choice, as she wanted to pursue other opportunities. Fans, however, wondered if then executive producer Jill Farron, Phelps might have been a factor. Michelle Stafford went on to land a prominent role on General Hospital as Nina Reeves. Young and the Restless cast Gina Tognoni in 2014 when Phyllis awoke from her coma. Gina was a great actress, and many people loved the recast. Then in 2019, seemingly out of nowhere, she was abruptly fired, and Michelle Stafford returned. There was a 10-episode gap between Gina and Michelle's portrayals. Executive producer Anthony Morina and head writer Josh Griffith took credit for the firing and the swap, stating they were restoring YandR to its iconic sensibility and aggressively pursued Michelle Stafford to bring her back. Chance Chancellor recasts. Donnie Boaz's shocking firing and Connor Floyd's exit. Next, let's discuss the controversial swap of Chance Chancellor, Connor Floyd actors. After an 8-year absence from the screen, Donnie Boaz took on the role from November 2019 to February 2021. Boaz delivered 108 episodes of solid work and had great chemistry with Abby Newman's Melissa Ordway. Then, in the midst of Chance and Abby's surrogacy journey with Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, Boaz was abruptly out, seemingly out of nowhere. He posted on Instagram, just a couple of days before it happened, that February 1st was his last air date. Fans were absolutely blindsided, and he revealed he only found out he had been cut on Christmas Eve. Boaz stated, "I'd love to say this was my choice, that I've booked a big project and I'm leaving of my own accord, but that would not be the truth." He also mentioned that other cast members were being cut due to COVID budget issues. Donnie Boaz later edited his post to make it less accusatory and inflammatory, and he initially said there would not be a Chance recast. However, he was wrong. Some suggested his firing might have been related to his political beliefs, but Boaz never commented. And those remain rumors. Later that year, Connor Floyd was brought in as the recast Chance Connor Floyd in November 2021. He was killed off in August 2025. Connor Floyd left because he landed a significant role on Days of Our Lives. Sasha Calle's departure as Lola Rosales. From Genoa City to Supergirl. Now let's talk about the exit of Lola Rosales. Sasha Calle played Lola on Young and the Restless from September 2018 to 2021. She had electric chemistry with Kyle Abbott's Michael Mealer. Then, in February 2021, everything changed. And Lola was leaving Genoa City. Sasha's departure was for a great reason for the actress, even if it disappointed YandR fans. She beat out over 425 other actresses to land the role of Supergirl in the Flash movie, becoming the first Latina actress to play the role. It also worked out well because, frankly, Young and the Restless was not writing compelling storylines for Lola at that point. Summer Newman's double departure. Hunter King and Allison Lanier's exits. Now we'll discuss two Summer Newman exits and why both actresses left. Hunter King was the second actress to play the aged-up Summer Newman on Young and the Restless. We'll cover her exit and that of Allison Lanier. Fans loved Hunter King as Summer Newman. She played the role from 2012 to 2021, with a small gap in the middle. Hunter earned 2 Daytime Emmys for Outstanding Younger Actress in 2014 and 2015. However, she had bigger ambitions than playing Summer on the soap. She took a short break to do a primetime series and then returned, but ultimately, Hunter King decided to make the complete leap away from soaps. She has remained busy with TV shows and movies since leaving the role of Summer Newman. Then in May 2022, Young and the Restless recast Summer with Allison Lanier, who earned a 2024 Daytime Emmy nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actress. Allison played the role of Summer for 3 years. Abruptly, on April 30, 2025, Allison announced on X that May 2nd would be her last episode. She stated she loved the journey and learned so much, but felt it was time to grow in a different direction. With Kyle Abbott moving on to Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, and Chance marked for death, there wasn't much front-burner material for Summer on YandR. Some critics said her hasty exit storyline cheated Allison Lanier out of proper closure, but the exit was open-ended, leaving room for a return or a recast. Richard Burgi's abrupt firing as Ashland Locke, fans of the Young and the Protocol controversy. Nothing sparked speculation and gossip quite like the sudden departure of a beloved cast member. One week, a character is embroiled in some high-stakes drama, maybe a scandal, a forbidden romance, or a corporate takeover, and the next they're gone. While official statements often cite pursuing other opportunities or storyline decisions, insiders know there's always more beneath the surface. Today, we peel back the curtain to reveal some of the real reasons these actors really left YandR, and it's more dramatic than anything on screen. 1. The secret tensions behind the scenes. Genoa City has always been a hotbed for drama, but sometimes the real chaos happens off-screen. Longtime viewers may have noticed subtle shifts in how certain characters were written in recent years. Suddenly, fan-favorite storylines were shortened, dialogue felt inconsistent, or a major arc simply vanished. According to sources close to the studio, some actors felt their creative input was being ignored, leading to frustration and eventually departures. Take, for example, characters like Theo Vanderway or Tessa Porter, whose early arcs showed incredible potential. Rumors suggest that actors portraying these roles pushed for more depth, only to encounter resistance from new writing teams. When your character's growth feels stunted, it's hard to stay invested, especially in a career where every performance matters. For some, leaving wasn't just a choice, it was a necessity to preserve their artistic integrity. 2. Contract negotiations gone wrong. Another classic reason stars leave YandR? Money, or rather the lack of it. Daytime soaps, despite their devoted fan bases, operate on surprisingly tight budgets. Veteran actors sometimes find themselves in high-stakes contract negotiations, demanding salaries that reflect their years of experience and contribution to the show. When the network pushes back, it can lead to a parting of ways. Take the case of a certain leading man who, after nearly a decade on the show, reportedly asked for a raise reflecting his top-tier status. The network allegedly countered with a minimal increase, citing budget constraints and a desire to refresh the cast with younger talent. The result? Fans were shocked when his character disappeared suddenly, leaving a gaping hole in Genoa City's ongoing drama. Contract disputes aren't always publicized, but insiders note that they are far more common than fans realize. Sometimes the official reason given is a storyline exit, but the truth lies in a few tense phone calls and boardroom negotiations. 3. Desire for new opportunities. For many actors, leaving a soap opera is about more than money or tension. It's about growth. Long-running daytime dramas provide a stable platform, but they also demand a grueling schedule. Filming 5 episodes a week, memorizing endless dialogue, and maintaining a public presence can be exhausting. Some actors leave simply because they crave the variety and challenge of primetime television, film, or theater. Consider actors like Adam Newman or Chelsea Lawson's portrayers, who have been rumored to explore opportunities outside Genoa City. Leaving YandR doesn't mean the character isn't loved. It often reflects the actor's desire to expand their career horizons. Fans may feel abandoned, but in reality, it's about pursuing passion projects and avoiding creative stagnation. Interestingly, some actors even return after a hiatus, suggesting that leaving is often a strategic move rather than a permanent goodbye. The door is rarely closed in Genoa City, especially for those who know how to play the long game. 4. Personal life and mental health. We live in an era where mental health is finally being taken seriously, and actors on daytime soaps are no exception. The constant demands of filming, public appearances, and fan expectations can take a toll on anyone. Some departures, which fans assumed were purely professional, were actually motivated by personal well-being. One actor reportedly left the show after a particularly intense storyline involving trauma and violence. While the role garnered acclaim, it also took an emotional toll. Maintaining that intensity week after week can be draining, and stepping away allowed them to prioritize health and family. Similarly, actors who become parents often adjust their careers to balance family life. Soap filming schedules are notoriously inflexible, and taking on a role in primetime or on a limited series can offer much-needed breathing room. For fans, this might feel like abandonment, but for the actors, it's about survival and sanity. 5. Creative differences with storylines. Perhaps the most dramatic reason actors leave YandR is creative disagreement. While soaps thrive on drama, not every storyline resonates with the cast. Some actors have expressed frustration over arcs that they felt betrayed their character's core essence. Imagine pouring years into a character like Kyle Abbott or Sharon Newman, only to suddenly find them written into situations that feel forced or inconsistent. For instance, one insider revealed that a prominent actor refused to film a storyline involving a morally questionable plot twist. The conflict escalated behind the scenes, and the studio opted to write the character out rather than adjust the script. Fans notice these shifts in character behavior, but few realize they are sometimes rooted in genuine disputes between actor and writer. This clash of vision can be a breaking point, leading to high-profile exits. 6. Behind-the-scenes politics. Daytime soaps are famous for their intricate web of relationships, both on-screen and off. Power struggles in the writer's room, management changes, and casting decisions can all influence an actor's decision to leave. Sometimes, an actor finds themselves caught in the middle of politics, whether it's favoritism for new hires, behind-the-scenes rivalries, or personality clashes with producers. A former cast member, speaking off-record, hinted at the frustration of navigating these waters. It's not about talent. It's about who the powers that be want to push. For actors who value stability and respect, this can become untenable, prompting a quiet exit that leaves fans scratching their heads. 7. The lure of primetime and streaming. In recent years, the explosion of streaming platforms has transformed Hollywood opportunities. Actors who might have stayed in soaps for years are now exploring new avenues that offer both creative freedom and better financial rewards. A source close to the studio explained that some departures were influenced by the chance to join high-profile series on Netflix, HBO, or Apple TV. The appeal of global exposure, coupled with roles that challenge their acting range, can be irresistible. So while it looks like a sudden exit, these actors are often making calculated moves to elevate their careers beyond Genoa City. Interestingly, some actors even negotiate short-term exits with the plan to return later. This ensures they can pursue new projects without permanently closing the door on YandR's loyal audience. 8. Fan reaction and social media pressure. One factor that can't be ignored is the weight of social media. Actors today are constantly under the scrutiny of fans on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. While fan engagement is exciting, it can also be intense, Criticism, rumors, and expectations add another layer of pressure to an world of the young and the restless, where fortunes are made and destroyed at the press of a button. Few exits have rocked Genoa City's loyal audience as much as Michael Money's sudden and controversial departure from the role of Adam Newman. Money's tenure as the brooding, scheming, yet oddly sympathetic Newman heir was marked by captivating performances and high-stakes drama. But behind the camera, the tension, rumors, and conflicts swirled in ways that would eventually lead to a seismic shakeup in the soap opera world. The story of Michael Money's firing is more than just a cautionary tale. It's a window into the volatile mix of talent, ego, and intrigue that drives daytime television. Michael Money joined the young and the restless in 2008, stepping into the shoes of Adam Newman, the complex son of Victor Newman, the formidable patriarch of the Newman Empire. Adam, often the black sheep of the Newman family, was a character that required a delicate balance of charm, menace, and vulnerability. Money brought that balance effortlessly. Fans were drawn to his portrayal of Adam, whether he was scheming to take over Newman Enterprises, entangled in twisted love triangles, or wrestling with his own demons. Under Money's portrayal, Adam wasn't just a villain. He was a character viewers loved to hate and sometimes even sympathized with. Despite Money's undeniable talent and the adoration of fans, tensions began to simmer behind the scenes. Sources close to the show reported that Money's intense commitment to his craft occasionally clashed with the production team and fellow cast members. Some described him as a perfectionist, demanding a level of attention to detail that occasionally led to friction. Others hinted at creative disagreements with the writers and producers about the trajectory of Adam Newman. In the tightly controlled universe of a daytime soap opera, where storylines are carefully orchestrated to maximize viewer engagement, any deviation or challenge can be perceived as disruptive. The real storm, however, erupted in December 2013, when Money was suddenly let go from the young and the restless. The official statements from CBS and the show's producers cited personal reasons and emphasized that the decision was mutual. However, the soap opera community, and especially fans, knew there was far more to the story. Rumors of misconduct surfaced online, sparking debates, speculation, and outrage. Social media became a battleground, with loyal fans defending Money and questioning the fairness of the firing. His portrayal of Adam Newman had become iconic, and many felt that his abrupt exit left a gaping hole in the show's fabric. Among the most contentious elements of Money's departure were the allegations that allegedly prompted CBS to act. While specifics were never fully confirmed due to legal and privacy constraints, the whispers of inappropriate behavior with a co-star or on-set conduct created a media firestorm. Money, in interviews following the controversy, consistently denied any wrongdoing. He spoke of being blindsided by the decision and lamented the lack of clarity given to him and the fans. "I never thought my career would end this way," Money revealed in an interview with a soap-focused publication, his voice tinged with frustration and sadness. "I gave everything to this role, and it feels like it was taken away without a fair chance to defend myself." The impact of Money's exit was immediate and multifaceted. For viewers, the sudden departure of a beloved character disrupted long-running storylines. Adam Newman was central to the Newman family drama, and his absence created narrative gaps that were challenging for writers to fill. CBS and the showrunners moved quickly to recast the role, bringing in actor Justin Hartley, who would bring his own energy and interpretation to Adam. While Hartley eventually gained acceptance among fans, the initial transition was jarring, and comparisons to Money's version were inevitable. Online forums and social media exploded with debates over who embodied the true essence of Adam Newman, with many fans unwaveringly loyal to Money's portrayal. The controversy surrounding Money's firing also revealed the intricate politics of daytime television. Soap operas operate in a unique ecosystem, blending artistic expression with business imperatives. Ratings, fan engagement, and advertiser relationships weigh heavily on creative decisions. Money's exit highlighted the delicate balance producers must maintain between protecting the show's reputation and handling internal conflicts discreetly. Some industry insiders speculated that CBS's swift action was as much about mitigating potential fallout as it was about addressing any alleged behavioral issues. In this sense, Money became both a casualty and a symbol of the high-stakes pressures inherent in long-running daytime dramas. Fans' reactions to Money's firing were passionate and enduring. Petitions circulated online demanding his return, and hashtags such as #BringBackMichaelMoney trended repeatedly on Twitter. Many viewers felt a deep personal connection to his portrayal of Adam, seeing him as more than just an actor, but as the embodiment of the character's complexities, struggles, and dark charisma. The emotional investment of the audience in soap operas cannot be overstated. For years, viewers follow the characters' lives almost as if they were members of their own extended family. In this context, Money's exit was experienced as a personal loss for fans, who lamented the void left in the Newman saga. Adding to the drama, the dynamics among the cast and crew were reportedly strained in the aftermath of Money's departure. Interviews and behind-the-scenes reports indicated that some co-stars were uneasy about the circumstances of the firing, while others were tight-lipped, wary of saying anything that could jeopardize their own positions. The cast of The Young and the Restless operates within a delicate ecosystem where loyalty, diplomacy, and professionalism must coexist with personal opinions and ambitions. Money's firing exposed the fragility of these relationships, demonstrating how a single personnel decision could ripple across an entire production. Years after his exit, the legacy of Michael Money's Adam Newman remains a subject of fascination and debate. For many fans, his tenure represents a golden era of character-driven storytelling. The nuanced portrayal, combined with the actor's natural charisma and emotional depth, made Adam Newman a character who could seamlessly inhabit the gray areas between villainy and vulnerability. Money's ability to make viewers root for a character who often engaged in morally dubious schemes is a testament to his skill and dedication. Even in Hartley's recasting, Money's shadow loomed large, a reminder of the irreplaceable spark he brought to the role. Money's story also serves as a lens into the broader challenges actors face in daytime television. The genre demands consistency, stamina, and adaptability, with actors often filming multiple episodes per week and navigating intricate storylines that evolve rapidly. Success in this environment requires not only talent but also resilience, diplomacy, and an ability to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. Money's exit underscores the precarious nature of fame in soap operas, where even acclaimed performances can be derailed by rumors, conflicts, or behind-the-scenes history of heartbreak, betrayals, and shocking exits. But few departures have resonated as profoundly with fans as Justin Hartley's exit from The Young and the Restless. For years, Hartley's portrayal of the enigmatic and complex Adam Newman kept viewers glued to their screens, blending charm, intensity, and vulnerability in equal measure. Yet, while his storylines in the daytime drama were compelling, they would ultimately serve as the launching pad for Hartley's journey into primetime stardom, a trajectory that many predicted but few witnessed with such seamless evolution. The rise of a daytime icon. When Justin Hartley first stepped onto the set of YandR, he was relatively unknown outside soap circles. Born in Knoxville, Illinois, and with a penchant for athleticism and the arts, Hartley's early career included guest appearances on shows like Passions and minor roles in film and television. However, it was the role of Adam Newman, a character as morally ambiguous as he was charismatic, that would catapult him into the public consciousness. Adam Newman was not your typical soap opera archetype. While many daytime characters operate within clear-cut good and bad zones, Adam blurred the lines, becoming both villain and hero in the eyes of viewers. Hartley's ability to imbue Adam with nuance, making his betrayals feel human and his vulnerabilities relatable, earned him widespread acclaim. Fans rooted for him even when he schemed, celebrated his victories, and mourned his losses. This complex portrayal cemented Hartley's reputation as an actor capable of depth beyond the soap opera format. During his time on YandR, Hartley's Adam was involved in some of the most gripping storylines in recent soap history. From corporate takeovers at Newman Enterprises to forbidden romances and shocking betrayals, Adam's life was a roller coaster. And Hartley's performance was the reason fans kept returning for more. But as any long-running soap actor knows, daytime television is both a blessing and a limitation. While it provides stability and a loyal fan base, it can also pigeonhole actors into a certain typecast. For Hartley, the decision to leave was both professional and personal, a necessary step toward broader horizons. The decision to leave. Hartley's departure from The Young and the Restless in 2012 shocked fans. His exit wasn't marked by a dramatic on-screen death or a villainous farewell. Instead, it was a quiet but poignant end to a chapter, signaling Hartley's desire to explore new creative challenges. The decision to leave a hit daytime drama is never easy. Daytime actors often face the dual realities of fan expectations and industry typecasting. For Hartley, who had ambitions of branching into primetime television and film, Remaining in Genoa City could have been creatively limiting. In interviews at the time, Hartley expressed gratitude for his YandR experience, emphasizing that the role of Adam Newman had provided him with the skills and exposure necessary to succeed in larger arenas. YandR was an incredible chapter in my life, Hartley noted. It taught me discipline, emotional range, and how to connect with an audience. But I knew I needed to take risks if I wanted to grow as an actor. Crossing over to primetime. Hartley's leap from daytime to primetime was not instantaneous, but it was deliberate. His first major primetime breakthrough came with his role as Oliver Queen, also known as Green Arrow, on the CW's Smallville. Though he initially appeared as a recurring character, Hartley's portrayal was compelling enough to earn him a spot in the series' final seasons. Smallville introduced Hartley to a broader audience, many of whom were unaware of his soap opera roots. The role demanded a different kind of acting, more cinematic, less theatrical, and with the weight of a beloved comic book character's legacy. Hartley's success in this arena demonstrated his adaptability, confirming that he was ready for prime time. Following Smallville, Hartley continued to make strategic choices that expanded his repertoire. Roles on shows like Revenge and This Is Us allowed him to explore a variety of genres, from drama to thriller to family-oriented narratives. Each role showcased different facets of his talent, proving that his range extended far beyond the morally conflicted Adam Newman. This Is Us, a career-defining role. While Hartley had seen success in primetime before, his role as Kevin Pearson on NBC's This Is Us marked the true pinnacle of his transition from daytime to primetime. Kevin Pearson, one of the show's central characters, is a layered individual navigating fame, addiction, love, and family trauma. Hartley's portrayal received critical acclaim, and the show's enormous popularity cemented him as a household name. This Is Us was different from anything Hartley had done before. The serialized, emotional storytelling demanded vulnerability and subtlety. Hartley's background in soap operas, where emotional intensity is a constant, gave him an edge. He knew how to convey complex emotions in a single glance or quiet moment, a skill that translated beautifully to primetime television. Critics praised his ability to balance humor and heartache, charm and insecurity, making Kevin Pearson both relatable and compelling. The soap to primetime pipeline. Hartley's journey is emblematic of a broader trend in Hollywood, the soap to primetime pipeline. Many actors have successfully transitioned from daytime dramas to major network or streaming projects. The rigorous schedules, high-volume dialogue, and emotionally charged storylines of daytime television prepare actors for the demands of primetime production. In Hartley's case, Adam Newman was more than a role. It was a master class in acting under pressure, one that would pay dividends for years to come. Yet, not every soap actor successfully navigates the transition. Hartley's success is rooted not only in talent, but also in strategic career choices, perseverance, and the willingness to take risks. Leaving a stable role in YandR for the uncertainty of primetime was a gamble, but one that ultimately positioned him for long-term success. Fan reactions and legacy. Hartley's departure left a noticeable void in Genoa City. Fans mourned Adam Newman's absence, speculated about his future, and debated whether the character could ever be recast successfully. Hartley's return to daytime and occasional guest appearances was met with excitement, but his main focus remained on primetime projects. In many ways, Hartley's legacy on The Young and the Restless is enduring. He brought depth to a character that could have easily been a two-dimensional villain. He elevated the storytelling, earned Emmy buzz, and inspired a new generation of soap actors to dream bigger. His departure, rather than being an end, was a springboard for greater opportunities, a testament to the idea that sometimes leaving a comfort zone is the only path to growth. Life beyond the screen. Beyond acting, Hartley has built a multifaceted career. His work includes producing, philanthropic endeavors, and entrepreneurial ventures, showcasing a versatility that mirrors his on-screen adaptability. Unlike many actors who struggle to define themselves outside of a signature role, Hartley has embraced his platform, using it to explore new creative avenues and engage with fans in meaningful ways.